Cate here from Cate So Modern, and we are going to talk about bias tape makers. They're very handy and they come in a number of sizes. This is 1 inch, this is 3/4 of an inch, and this is 1/2 inch, and they're color coded. What you want to remember is that when you make a bias tape, you don't literally have to make it on the bias unless you're trying to go around a curve and you need it to stretch. So what I'm going to show you today will be on the straight of the grain, this way. The first thing you do is cut a piece that you're going to run through the smiley face on this side. And for the 1 inch one, that will be 1 15/16. You just shave a tiny bit off a 2 inch piece so that it's just a little bit easier to fit in. Now when we first start this, it might look a little bit ugly, but you always end up straightening it out. So we're going to feed it in the smile like that, and then you feed it as far as you can go before it fights back. It'll never come through the front without some assistance. The assistance comes in the form of an awl. You could also use a seam ripper or anything that's sharp. You go down through this hole and you just coax the fabric out. This time it looks good and it's not folded over on this side. So now we're going to go over to the ironing board and I'll show you how you finish this. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you pull this out a little bit and you ensure that it's coming out the center and that there's a little space between the two sides. Fiddle with it till you get it right, and then you use the edge of your iron to press down and hold it as it comes through. This is your handle so you don't get burned. You can even use steam if you want. Even though this is 1 inch, and that's what the measurement says on this baby, you're actually ultimately folding it in half. So if you want a 1/2 inch tie for your mask or for your apron, whatever, you use 1 inch bias tape maker and you end up with this. What I always do after I run it through the bias tape maker is I just check to make sure there's no place where it folded at all. And you can usually tell where you might have a fold in that it starts to get a little wider in the center. There's a wider gap. All you have to do is fold this baby in half, press it one more time, and here Wonder Clips are much better than pins. I don't think I have any Wonder Clips, so you're just going to have to imagine. But you clip it together every so often, and then you're going to sew 1/8 of an inch here to close it. There are lots of extra instructions on the back of these bias tape makers that show you how to do the bias tape cut. It shows you how to use the handle and the iron, and it's very clear, and you won't have a hard time. Good luck. Thanks for watching.